could try to run, but you can never hide, 'cause the monkey always gets his match.
Hey, this is the DarkMatch for Canada Day weekend, an all-Canadian show.
Woohoo!
So little people here. I'm the Revolver Man.
And I'm DigiFox. I'm the fox that rocks your socks.
And that's it. Anyways,
Jim,
go ahead.
Jim is going to be joining us for SmackDown because he's half Canadian, so he's doing half the show.
Yeah, we're very strict on that here at DarkMatch. We're very strict. Anyway, so we're going to start with Raw, as per expected. I mean, this isn't quite the Bizarro land like Jerry Lawler likes to paint us sometimes. Anyways, we start with the intro video with AJ Lee and how she's all crazy, and it's a very strange angle they're doing right now with her in the championship contingent of Punk, Kane, and CM.
Yeah, of all the crazy chick angles that they've done with like Mickie James and going back to Luna Vachon and all that,
my god!
Like this one's probably been the most deepest, the most psychological.
Well, at least there's a reason for it rather than just, oh, the bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, unlike all of them. But so it starts off with AJ talking to what appears to be Daniel Bryan, and that, like, she's talking about how Punk is so cool, Kane makes her lose all her inhibitions, they're starting to drift apart. And then it turns and, oh my god, he's going to inject a lethal amount of poison called the NWO, if anybody gets that.
So yeah, it turns out she was talking to a mirror the whole time.
Yep, and then we cut to the pyros going off. It's cold opening for anybody in the film industry. Well, TV industry in this case. So we're apparently hyping a singles match between Brodus Clay and The Big Show. Woo!
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
No kidding. Anyways, tonight's general manager, Vicky Guerrero, comes out and she is setting up a triple threat match, elimination style. Daniel Bryan versus Kane versus CM Punk in Why Is This Not On Pay-Per-View match.
Yeah, you would think, right? Especially since this is supposed to be the blow-off to this feud.
It's TNA. It's TNA levels, and we already talked about that last night.
Yeah, I nearly lost my mind talking about that shit.
I did lose my mind. You remember that.
Yeah. I
came up with that crazy conspiracy theory that Hulk Hogan is how he's sabotaging everybody, and I just suck little teat at WWPGE or whatever the fuck you're calling it today.
I didn't even think it was a conspiracy theory. I'm like, this is true, but anyway, we're getting too far away from WWE at the time, So yeah, this match was it was pretty good. It had Daniel Bryan, CM Punk.
Everybody's over, including Kane, which is always nice in a match. It's never fun when one guy comes out to fucking apathy. But so yeah, it's without going into just a play-by-play of it. We saw pretty typical stuff. AJ's music hits near the end, and she comes out, and it distracts Kane, who's going for a choke slam, and because of AJ, he's distracted, eats a GTS, and covers him, knocking him out of the match. Now, this is elimination style, which they don't do very often. Anyway, and quickly after that, Bryan Danielson runs in, nails Punk with the punt to the head, and then covers him for the win. Pretty standard Raw match.
Yeah, so Daniel Bryan wins, and the yes chants start going off all over the place.
But after that, we get Brodus Clay and The Big Show. Hyping that, and it's second to first match. Wonderful. Bless.
Well, at least it's not the main event.
We'll be getting to the main event. Anyways, it's pretty much just Big Show kills Clay for a little bit, and man, so much for him, right?
Ah, yeah.
It's just
So
what
it's good that
time.
Brodus
Go
Clay is
ahead.
no longer fighting jobbers, but now he's jobbing
Yeah,
with a
but
Big Show.
yeah, well, like, what was the point of that if he's just gonna be fucking getting killed by the Big Show every goddamn week now? Because apparently his feud with Otunga is over because he was nowhere to be seen.
I didn't know he had a feud with Otunga.
Well, Otunga did the Carlton dance last week, remember?
It's funny how easily I forget these things. It's so unmemorable.
Yeah, that's like I said before. WWE right now is wall-paced. It's completely flavorless. Anyways, we get a basically how great are we promo with John Cena making his 300th wish to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And just an aside, talking about John Cena as the person, does this guy sleep? Seriously, I don't know where he finds the time to do all the shit he does.
Yeah. And on top
Man.
of basically be the face of the company.
Yeah, like that's it. Like he's at every show. He does a lot of the house shows now. He's doing Make-A-Wish. He's doing publicity things. He's everywhere. Anyways, after that, we get another look back at Raw moments with Bob Barker hosting in '09. That was a little fun. Probably one of the only good hosts they had because Bob Barker has more charisma than 90% of the roster right now.
Yeah, for every good host they had back then, they had like 10 shitty hosts. But anyway.
So after that, we get to talking about the Triple H Brock Lesnar match. Oh boy! Oh my god, I can't believe.
And Brock Lesnar will be returning next week.
Yep, and Triple H still books himself on fucking top because he's Triple H and I am the game and I eat the steak.
Even when he's basically got the board of directors job. He's got the suit.
I know.
He's still squashing people.
He's got the Vince. At least Vince McMahon, when he finally wrestled, would get his ass kicked for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's the greatest.
I know people hated it when Vince would book himself all over TV, but at least he pretty consistently always got the shit whooped out of him. Triple H, oh no, I may be in my mid-40s, but I could sure beat these 20-year-olds. What too sweet.
He's still doing this squashing. He's just doing less of it.
Well, I guess we got to be thankful for that. Anyways, after that promo, we cut back to AJ backstage with Kane. Kane's basically telling her, "Oh, you don't want to be with me. I'm dangerous," and da-da-da. And I couldn't stop. Am I the only one who was sadly disappointed that a Katie Vick chant didn't start up?
Oh yeah, he's dangerous, all right.
I mean, this might be unfair of me, but I'd say Kane is permanently cursed to the fact that since the Katie Vick angle, anytime he's in an angle with another woman, that's everything I'm going to just be thinking of is going to be Katie Vick.
And technically it started before Katie Vick with Tori.
Oh my god. For a burned, psychological kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre type monster, he's got a lot of women.
Yeah, how does it happen?
It's called bad writing. Anyways, time for the much anticipated United States title match of Santino Marella versus Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger, sporting the new, I don't know what you'd call that hairstyle. It's the exact same hairstyle that a German friend of mine had in university, so that was a plus.
Or that Michael Fassbender had in Prometheus.
Oh my god. It was kind of this wavy, it almost looked like a comb over, but there was too much hair to be a comb over. It's like he's covering a bald spot that doesn't exist. It was quite weird.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of putting it.
Anyways, no points on guessing who wins this match.
Oh.
Poor Swagger. Remember when he was world champion?
Yeah, that was like, what, 2 years ago? And now he's jobbing to Santino Marella because he's U.S. champ.
Well, he's been U.S. champ for a while, remember? He won it against... he beat Swagger for it when Swagger beat Zack Ryder, who's still getting the biggest pops of the night, but no fucking respect.
So yeah, Jack Swagger, he's got that bump on his head from hitting his head against the glass ceiling.
Oh, oh! Not even Vicky got heat. Could get heat for him. Although some say she's not getting heat for Dolph Ziggler, but we'll see about that. Anyways, we get a Bikini Beach Battle Royal coming back. Woo! And watch the ratings plummet.
Yeah, I had to look at this match and like, who are half these divas? I don't know their names. I don't think I've seen them before. Like the chick with the partially dyed blonde hair.
Oh my god!
Who the fuck is she? I don't think I've ever seen her.
There are so... You know what? As bad as the Knockouts division is in TNA, at least I know who all the Knockouts are.
Yeah, they all have distinct personalities, more or
Debatable,
less.
But if you put all the Knockouts in the ring and line them up like shoulder to shoulder, I could tell you who each one is. I couldn't do that with WWE's Divas.
Yeah, they're all the same kind of Barbie girl cookie cutter.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Assembly line divas.
It doesn't help that. Let's just say I hope robotics never gets really good because Vince McMahon is just simply going to start putting robots in the ring.
Yeah, you'll get the robots coming out like, I am a diva. They'll be doing that robotic walk.
It's still a better promo than most of them. Anyways, after that, we get John Cena with Zack Ryder tossing out People Power t-shirts, which is nice. Anyways, apparently, if you forgot that John Laurinaitis was fired. Anyways, after that, John Cena comes out to a so-so reaction and starts quoting Star Wars at us.
Yeah, and it's still not as bad as the Star Wars prequels, but this was pretty bad.
Well, he even referenced... He said this was a bad episode of Star Wars because, Star Wars was the TV show, right? It had Captain Kirk, right? Fucking idiot. Well, no.
Yeah.
Cena probably knew that. It was probably some retard writer who wrote that, and he just had to say it. But anyways, so we get Star Wars references ahoy until Jericho makes his reappearance.
And
go ahead.
He looks different now.
I think he's...
I don't know. It's like he's grown his hair out a little bit, or... Anyway, Jericho comes out and he's like really fudging, and Cena's like, "Oh, it's a kids show. It's the best I can do." So I actually do like it when they kind of poke fun at themselves for being overly PG.
The fudging. Anyways, did anybody notice that during that promo they showed of Jericho and his band touring in Europe, somebody was holding up a Brazilian flag? When they did the pan across the camera, some guy was shaking a Brazilian flag back and forth. I thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
And honestly, I was surprised there wasn't more Brazilian flags in the audience, considering how. Oh, you saw.
Speaking of Brazil, I'm going to say Brazil should be pissed off at Paris Hilton doing her DJ gig. God, that sucked. That fucking sucked.
And there we have given the proverbial pat of the head to probably about 0.88002% of our audience for that DJ reference there, Digi. But anyway, so
it's Paris Hilton. You had to know it's a bad idea.
well, have you seen her movie? Her 2 movies?
I can't say I have, but I can't picture them being any good.
One of them was called The Hottie and the Naughty. And she was not the naughty. And I don't mean naughty as in misbehaving, I mean naughty as in ugly. And holy crap, did they had to put a ton of makeup on the other actress to make her look more ugly than Paris Hilton.
Oh, they should have just had Paris Hilton play the ugly one. But
well,
once again, we are going off on a tangent here. So
let's finish this tangent. Guess how much money that movie made per theater?
It's probably no box office smash, I'll tell you that.
Just guess any number you think would be realistic.
$500,000.
$27 per theater.
Oh, that's like what?
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. So that was kind of the end of her acting career. Anyways, so afterwards we get Jericho, who's getting cheers, more cheers than Cena, I'd like to add, talking about how he's going to go to Money in the Bank. Or wait, no, fuck. You go on, because I've mixed up my thoughts. You go ahead.
Yeah, so Cena said he's gonna go on and try to win Money in the Bank, so the Big Show doesn't win it. And then Jericho jumps in and says, instead of worrying about stopping Big Show, you should worry about stopping me. And
yeah, because Chris Jericho has such a great track record of dealing with John Cena. Remember 06 when it seemed like all of 06 was just him beating Cena in various matches? Ending with that "you're fired" thing from freaking Eric Bischoff. Remember when he was on Raw?
Yeah, I remember that. And then, what was it, a couple of years later, Jericho finally wins the world title again after like 6 years of not winning it. And then he holds it for 2 months. And then jobs like a bitch at Survivor Series. God, that was...
The funny thing is, though, from all the reports, this is this is Jericho who books that stuff for himself, because apparently he's the only one thinking of the future of wrestling. But anyways, after that we come up with oh, damn it. Brain fart.
Vicky Guerrero comes out and she says the Raw Money in the Bank title match is only going to have former world champions, which kind of defeats the purpose of Money in the Bank.
Yes! Like, only people who are over can work in this getting people over match. I mean, like, it's as bad as when Austin won the fucking Royal Rumble 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that was...
At least Austin actually drew. None of these guys draw. That's kind of unfair to me to say, but it is true. Anyways, it will be Kane, John Cena, The Big Show, and Chris Jericho in the competing for a spot or the match itself.
The Big Show doesn't draw. He repels.
He repels. I don't know. He draws when he's being goofy and fun, but this super serial, giant thing is not working.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
And honestly, he's much better being funny than being, scary.
Oh yeah, he's a great comedian.
I know some people strongly disagree with me, but that's what I think. Anyway, after that, we get another. What was it? Legend commercial up for the upcoming 1000th Raw. It's somebody who hasn't been on Raw in 15 years. Anyways, so before that, Lillian Garcia is about to introduce a former Raw main eventer when Heath Slater comes out again.
Oh, yeah.
We see him talking about how... So we get... God damn, another... Why am I being so bad today? Anyway, he's talking about how it doesn't matter that Cyndi Lauper beat him up and that he's rules the world. He rules the world. He awkwardly puts in the phrases of other wrestlers he's going to fight into his promos, and Psycho Sid shows up. Now, to be fair, I was completely and legitimately shocked by this because I thought Psycho Sid couldn't walk anymore, let alone wrestle. Do you remember the Sin pay-per-view back in the day, did you, Fox?
The
one where he broke his leg. Have you ever seen that?
Was that in 97 or?
That was in 90. That was in 2000. But,
I didn't think he was still wrestling in 2000.
Well, he was, and he had one of the most brutal leg breaks I've ever seen in my life, and everyone, apparently nobody thought he'd ever be able to walk, let alone wrestle, and here he is, and I was completely shocked because I did not think he could even wrestle. So, congratulations to the WWE on legitimately shocking me.
So yeah, Heath Slater jobs to Psycho Sid because that's what he's doing now. He's jobbing to these returning legends, and honestly, it's getting him over. I think I can't complain about it.
I guess you can only go up when you're as low as Heath Slater was. I mean, just... But well, anyway, so yeah.
I remember 6 months ago, Heath Slater was like basically the Scrappy of the WWE, but now he's actually getting a fan base.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess there is a way to get a person over by jobbing them, but anyways, so needless to say, Sid kicks his ass. He even nails the power bomb, which surprised the crap out of me. But anyways, oh, now I know what we forgot. Vicky booked an on the pole match.
Oh, that's right. Oh, good God.
The number one contenders match is Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler, and it was for a contract on a pole. Not only that, it was also playing under football rules because you had to have control of the contract before you won the match.
Shit. So they have an on the pole match with a convoluted set of rules.
Yeah,
they're not going to fuck this up.
So Ziggler grabs it and he drops it, and so I figure, oh, Ziggler won, and no, they have to hold the contract in order for it to work, and so you just see they're fighting over a fumbled football, basically.
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
And so they're fighting for it, then suddenly Sheamus comes out on the stage, and that Vicky just made the match Ziggler versus Del Rio versus Sheamus for the world title on SmackDown. And so, what the fuck was all of that then? Why would Vicky put Del Rio in the match? I thought she worked for Ziggler.
Yeah, is Vicky trying to stick it to Ziggler, or what's going on?
I have no clue. I really don't. Anyway,
this type of booking really reeks of TNA. I'll tell you that.
Oh, this is Russo. Well, I guess Russo is TNA, but yeah, this is not good. But anyways, it's time for the Beach Battle Royale.
And this was pretty funny.
Okay, here's everybody that was in the Beach Battle Royale. It was Beth Phoenix, Oksana, AJ, Maxine, Rosa Menendez, Alicia Fox, Layla, Caitlin, Tanima Snuka, that's the last time you saw her, Natalia, and Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, I might be able to say, well, Vicky, AJ, Layla, Natalia, because I'm a Bret Hart fan, are about the only people I could have picked out. And that's really sad for somebody like, say, Tanima Snooker.
So basically, just to clarify, this is not an over-the-top rope battle royal, so they can roll out of the ring and be eliminated through like under the ropes.
Yeah. Not everybody can get over that top rope, so it's not a top rope battle royale.
So eliminations in this one happen really quickly. In fact, a little too quickly, because half contestants get eliminated in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was very much like that Divas Battle Royal they had at the WrestleMania that one year where Kid Rock was doing all the entrances and fucked everybody over.
Yeah, the entrance took longer than the match.
Yeah, I know. That was pathetic. But anyways, so yeah, basically we'll skip to the end where Vicky shoves AJ out of the ring and like it's one of the most like how on earth could Vicky have thought she'd won with that push? But anyway, so AJ pops back in. They cat fight for a little bit, and AJ kicks Vicky out of the ring for the win. And AJ wins doing the Daniel Bryan yes chant.
Yeah, Vicky underestimated how insane she is.
Yep. Yeah, that's a very dangerous thing. Anyway, it's time for our main event, Chris Jericho versus John Cena.
And this match was reasonably good.
Too many commercial breaks, in my opinion. But anyway, so they're fighting, and then Jericho is about to lock in the wall of he just locks in the walls of Jericho, but Big Show comes out and he looks at Jericho. Jericho basically says, "Oh, you want to kill Cena? Be my guest," and leaves. And Show lets him leave, and then we get basically the last 5 minutes of the show is just Cena getting his ass whooped, taking moves, and he's in the colossal clutch. And to compare that, as bad as WWE might be, at least they had the good sense to end the show after Show stopped hurting Cena, unlike TNA a couple weeks ago where they ended while freaking AJ was still punching Daniels.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But anyway, that was Raw. It was very paint by numbers. It didn't go anywhere, and it was what you expected.
Yeah, it pretty much ended with Show squashing Cena.
Yep.
Like, it's nothing we haven't seen before, like, hundreds of times.
It's going to lead to another match at the next pay-per-view where, well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, pardon me. Time for SmackDown!
Yep, and we now welcome Jim into the fray. Jim, are you there?
I'm here. I can't believe I missed the discussion on Paris Hilton.
You didn't miss much.
Well, that's your own fault for being half Canadian.
Anyways, blessing, really.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Anyways, we get SmackDown starts by talking about both the world title match coming up and the Divas Battle Royale. So, and the match starts with AJ versus Layla in the non-title match, which, although that would tell you think would win, it in fact doesn't. And what happens is that AJ's basically going psycho and just whooping the crap out of Layla. But Daniel Bryan music hits and he starts yelling yes on the way to his ring. AJ is instantly distracted while Daniels is running around the ring like a mini. Layla, and I apologize deeply to our co-host Jingus, wins with a roll-up.
He wins with a fucking roll-up.
She wins with a roll-up, not him.
I was about to say that.
God damn it, Digi.
I forgot what... It's she is.
Yeah, freaking...
Damn, I can't even excuse that shit.
Freaking Bryan Danielson ran into the match and took the win. He is now the Divas champion.
Yet everyone wishes that
63,
would happen because that'd
so.
just be awesome.
Yes, it could be. He could be like the next Andy Kaufman, who is the intergender heavyweight champion of the world.
I'm just picturing like CM Punk in the ring, like talking about big, and then Daniel Bryan comes out. I'm the women's champ. Yes. Yes. And CM Punk is trying to.
That would work, as goofy as that might be. But anyway, so after that match, we don't see a match again for a while.
Aww.
It's time for more AJ stuff. AJ, AJ is beating the crap out of Layla because she lost and she's pissed, and Brian's giving massive yes chants, trying to get her to calm down and all that crap. Talking about how it's not so fun when somebody distracts you in a match, and that he's not out here because he craves attention. He's out here because they have to discuss something very serious.
My favorite part was all this was they actually had a commercial break before like they got to what happens next, and I just comment back, and it's just them in the ring yelling yes to each other constantly back and forth.
Yep, it is the yes off. Was it worse, just as, or better than the Kurt Angle Ric Flair woo off?
It was better because I'd rather look at AJ than either of those two guys. Like with AJ, you got something pretty to look at. Ric Flair, it's like, and Angle is scary sometimes.
Well, this was pretty genius the way they kind of involved the crowd. Like every time Daniel Bryan goes yes, the crowd goes no, and then the situation reverses itself later on.
I'm just waiting for the day when Austin comes back and there's a yes what chant going on.
What? Yes. What? Yes. What? Yes. I don't know why they start making that weird accent when they go yes, but they do. Anyway,
and
so
if they ever did that, that's gonna feel like at least they're gonna have to dedicate half an hour to just that because the crowd won't shut up.
No, they won't. Anyways,
matches will be going uphill. Will be like, what? Yes.
What? Yes. What? Yes. Anyways, in between these, after the commercial, we have Mike Tyson talking about his appearance on Raw when DX was harassing him, but then all of a sudden he has the DX shirt underneath, and he was going to be the enforcer for the match between Austin and Michaels at WrestleMania. Which, admittedly, was a pretty big thing back then, back when Mike Tyson wasn't just the punchline of every boxing joke in the world. Anyways, during the
and
duel...
Also, fun fact, Tyson is going to be in WWE 13. Yay.
What do you think his finisher is going to be?
Power of the punch, basically.
I was hoping it'd be the Wild Man forehead bite. Well, I know what I'm going to be changing it to if I ever get WWE 13. Unless they take that feature out, which wouldn't surprise me. But we're not here to talk about video games. We're here to talk about wrestling. And with that, Vicky Guerrero comes out during the yes argument and excuses her way back to the ring. Vicky says everyone's sick of annoying catchphrases and starts yelling, "Excuse me," again.
Yeah, I just love that hypocritical humor.
It makes me think that Vince doesn't read over the SmackDown script so the writers can put whatever they want. Because I really don't think Vince would have let that fly if he was aware of it.
Yeah, I think they finally realized that everyone sees SmackDown as kind of the joke show. Like you got the Raw's the big show, and SmackDown's the brother show. They're like, you know what? Just do whatever. We don't care. It's like, okay, you want to dedicate the first 15 minutes of the show to yes, yes, yes. Just have that like on 5 pages. Just yes, 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 yes. All right, approved.
Anyways, Daniel Bryan's talking about since he beat both Kane and CM Punk, he should have, and I couldn't quite understand because it's kind of confusing. But anyways, he wants his title match and he doesn't want AJ to be there. Anyways, so yeah, he tells Vicky to tell the board of directors he wants his match at Money in the Bank, and he wants AJ banned from ringside. Since she is a liability, she is unstable, she is a mess, and she's a menace. And both AJ and Brian are selling this beautifully.
AJ is a very adorable menace. I will agree with that.
But
go ahead.
Vicky drops the trump card that the board of directors has decided that she'll be a referee. She'll be the guest.
No. It wasn't the board of directors. They what happened was they had a vote on the WWE Universe on WWE.com to see what she would be in: a ring announcer, a referee, a commentator, or I think bell ringer.
Yeah.
The bell ringer.
and the fans voted for her to be the special guest referee.
So apparently this is Cyber Sunday all over again, or Taboo Tuesday. Or as some of my more nerdier friends like to call Cyber Sunday when its logo appeared, Screw Attack Sundays. But I doubt any of you got that reference. Not you guys, our listeners, because they're clearly, our listeners are clearly cool guys that wouldn't reduce themselves to the level of playing video games.
Yeah, Metroid.
Anyway, so yeah.
Well, was that I was playing Fable 3.
Anyway, so after that, she says that now there's going to be open matches for qualifying for Money in the Bank. So with that, we get our first Money in the Bank qualifying match. Zack Ryder, woo woo woo, versus the Genius. Damien Sandow.
So it comes out, he berates the crowds, says, "I'm here to enlighten you all."
Basically, just boring shit. Yeah, Zack Ryder comes out to deafening pops. Sandow comes out to Drew McIntyre heat. But no bonus points on guessing who wins this match.
Damien Sandow, which makes a little no sense because I remember you guys were talking about how the Money in the Bank will only be for champions, former champions.
That's the Raw Money in the Bank. The SmackDown is fair game.
Yes,
okay,
that's open.
That's why I was kind of confused. I'm like, wait a minute. When was Zack Ryder champion?
Zack Ryder held a belt. Damien Sandow hasn't, so I don't know why you went to him first and not Damien.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I was thinking, like Zack only had one minor title. Damien has no titles.
But anyway, but also remember they recently said, kind of in passing, that the Money in the Bank title now goes for any title. So it makes me wonder if Damien Sandow's going to go for like the U.S. title or something, or some stupid crap if he wins.
Hey, John. Are you a big favor?
So the show continues on, and Damien Sandow wins, and he does a victory cartwheel, and he's going to be the first person in the Money in the Bank.
He's my guy to win. I want him to win.
Okay, so the next segment, we see Daniel Bryan walking around backstage looking for AJ. He knocks on the Divas locker room. And then Caitlyn, that's her name, with the blonde hair. The sort of partially dyed blonde hair. And Caitlyn says...
They have more than 4 divas on WWE?
No, they have a bunch.
When did that happen?
I don't know. It seems like every time I turn my back, they seem to multiply.
Yet we don't remember their names.
Yeah, as I sort of touched on earlier. Anyway, Caitlyn basically just tells him to go fuck himself and go look elsewhere.
Yeah, and tells her that one of the best lines, like, if she was in there, I wouldn't be in there. That bitch is crazy.
No, the next match, Tyson Kidd versus Jack Swagger, Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Poor
So-
Swagger.
Now I'll explain something here. When I first started watching this match, I thought, oh yeah, Jack Swagger's gonna win. Tyson Kidd, he's not gonna get the victory. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Oh god, it's like it's like jobber over well-known character almost. Like, the well-known character is gonna win. It's like, how far down they got Barry Swagger? He's got to be facing Ryback soon, you know?
Yeah, he's a little bit above Ryback level.
I know, but they keep doing this where, like, next it's got to be Drew McIntyre versus Jack Swagger.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Swagger's been like on a kind of, like, sure, last week he fought for the U.S. Championship and lost. Now he's facing Tyson Kidd and losing.
Yeah, I was totally stunned. Like, holy shit, they're actually gonna give Tyson Kidd a push?
They're not going to give him a push. He's going to be the basic punching bag of the Money in the Bank match.
Oh well, considering where he came from, I guess to him it's a push.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
So, oh yes, we have a segment in Vicky's office with Dolph Ziggler, and this was great. Dolph starts going off about, like, oh, I'm the show off, I'm the star of the show, and blah blah blah, and I've been working here 6 years and I haven't gotten rewarded. And Vicky just slaps him across the fucking face so hard.
Well, no, she slaps him because the fact is he's yelling at her like it's her fault. Yo, do this for me. I'm not. Slap. And it's at that point when I'm waiting for Dolph, like, what is he going to do? Is he going to hit her back?
And he just backpedals. He goes back into pussy whipped mode. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll
I'm sorry,
down.
Mommy. I won't yell at you again. Don't punish me.
And then Vicky tells him to leave the toilet seat up, and no, and then we get to
Match number 4.
yeah. So Santino Marella and Christian tagging against David Otunga and Cody Rhodes, and it's another Money in the Bank qualifying match. God, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, they definitely are kind of trying to make these things go by faster because they're just, okay, we'll have a tag team, and if the tag team wins, then they get the match. And like, I get they have the face and the heels, but like, I would have done it like I would have swapped like 2 of the teammates. I would have had like just to have the Christian and Cody Rhodes versus Otunga and Santino just to add extra tension with the group.
Yeah, well, if I didn't know that Christian had turned face, I would have still thought that he was a heel because his expressions and everything are...
Nah, he turned face a while ago.
Yeah, it's like him and Santino are such a cold... I don't know. It's just like they don't really mesh together. Does it seem that way to you at all? Or
No, they didn't really mesh together, and it's because like you got Santino with his straight up, almost like street fighty, goofy, I'll call it drunken master type fighting versus Christian's somewhat aerodynamic and dirty fighting techniques. It's like they look cool, but they don't really bounce off each other like they should. Unlike Rhodes and Otunga, where Rhodes was like they're both doing dirty fighting. And I'm sorry, but the one thing I bring up is Otunga's new entrance thing that just can't.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's supposed to be like oh look, all you straight guys in the audience are going to be like completely horrified.
What they basically did is they basically did Chris Masters opening when he comes out and he's just all posing, and they threw in Christian's old music. Where it's like, opera music, he's just posing.
Yep.
Yep. Like, Just bring back Chris Masters or something. You know, it's like we don't like Otunga.
Yeah, it's. I guess they're trying to do the thing where they get him over in kind of a way they're gagging us. I don't know.
See, the problem is they know how to fix Otunga. They just don't want to do it because they don't want to prove us right, which is basically have him wear the bow tie and the sweater and give him Carlton's music. If Otunga
I can accept Otunga as like basically the Carlton of the WWE.
And they don't want to do that. And I swear to God, if they do that, I swear to God, we'll have world champion Otunga doing dun 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 at WrestleMania. I would just love that.
Anyway, we should probably move on here. We've been talking about Otunga's posing for probably far too long.
Yeah.
So Santino Marella and Christian win when Christian spears Otunga. Using Edge's spear, of course. Nice little nod.
I think the best part was after Christian speared him and he pinned Otunga. You just see Cody Rhodes just barely making it to the ring to stop and gets pissed off at Otunga.
Yeah. So then we have a backstage interview with Sheamus.
Those are always entertaining.
And holy shit, I haven't seen Matt Striker in a while. I didn't know Matt Striker still worked with this company.
He's the backup in case, just in case, what's his face gets attacked again by AJ or Kane. But yeah, I was like, when did he get back?
I don't know. Like I kind of forgot about him.
Everyone kind of forgets about him.
So basically, Sheamus says, "Doesn't matter that I'm fighting two dudes tonight. I'm just gonna kick arse fella."
I swear to God, every time he says that, the guys in the censor room, are we allowed to say that? Do I have to censor that? Arse? Oh, it's okay. All right, good. Sheamus, keep saying it.
Yeah, arse is apparently not one of the 7 dirty words.
Which are as follow. Nah, I'm not going to do it.
So, yeah, we have another backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and AJ. And Daniel tries to kiss up to AJ knowing that she's going to be the ref. And AJ's just like, nope. Let's try. Well, actually, what she does this thing where she goes, yes.
I just like it how it's weird that now whenever we watch Raw before, it's always about the guy stories, old days, it was Triple H versus Austin. Those were the main storylines. Rocky McFoley, those were their main storylines. Vince, Austin, all that stuff. Now the main story that everyone cares about is AJ. Yeah,
it seems like they're the top billed characters on the show.
It's like if Brock Lesnar came back, asking for that big contract, making him the face of the company, I would just have AJ the face of the company. You find one wrestling fan right now who would not want to have Raw starring AJ on the title card.
Oh God! Look what we got up next. Fucking Ryback.
And I just found that hilarious. The fact is, it's a Ryback match, yet there was no promo leading up to the Ryback match.
So basically, we get the two jobbers this week are two very undersized jobbers, and what Eric Bischoff would refer to as vanilla midgets. Burke and Barone.
Actually, we didn't know who they were until good old Booker T reminded us at the end of the match. There was
they actually do a fairly amusing rap.
Oh yeah, my favorite part was as soon as Ryback attacks one of them, and the other one just tries to book it out the ring as fast as he can.
It's like one of those things that's so bad it deserves to be interrupted. And of course, Ryback
Yeah.
comes out, and he squashes the shit out of them, as could be expected.
I know, but just
A lot of
I
people are
just like
giving Ryback shit right now, but I will defend him in one aspect: is his wrestling trunks look like they've been designed by H.R. Geiger.
See, the thing is, I actually like Ryback because the fact is, yeah, he just fights the jobbers. He has RVD trunks. He's basically a carbon copy of Rhino and Goldberg and all those guys merged together. But I like him because the fact is he's actually doing funny, somewhat funny. He's in some funny matches, and he doesn't do the same. He's not like A-Train. He doesn't like when A-Train came back. And I'm still referring to him as A-Train. I'm not calling him Tensai. When he came back, he just had the simple moves. Would do the kick, the Baldo bomb, and then do the mist in the hand thing and win the match.
Yeah. Did
At least
we
with
skip
Ryback-
over a segment here?
No.
Or are we still talking about Ryback? Yes.
Yeah, with Ryback shows up. He does different moves every match. He's not, like this match had him outside the ring at one point when one of the guys tried to run away from him.
Yeah, that's actually
just-
funny. Like, oh, you want to get away? Nope, not today.
Like I'm just waiting for him to I'm just waiting for one guy to run through the crowd and just have Ryback chase after him. I would do that next week. If I could, I would book Ryback to have the first match against two jobbers, have him run through the arena, and have that be a segment throughout the entire night. Like
No,
Ryback,
something like that might actually get him over. So
yeah, like Ryback, like running, like the match was like seeing them Big Show, and all of a sudden you just see Ryback in the crowd chasing after the jobbers.
well, anyway, so backstage we get Oksana and Antonio Cesaro, and at first I didn't know who this was.
Yeah, I had no idea who this dude was.
I had to think about it for a minute. He's the guy that took Oksana away from Teddy Long when Johnny Ace took over.
No, he's the guy that gave Oksana that weird accent, because I swear to God, I don't remember having her that accent.
So yeah, Teddy comes back and he says, "Oh, I'm the interim general manager next week. I'm going to make your life a living hell by putting you in a match with the Great Khali and Layla." So that's going to be next week.
Yay? Question mark? I mean, it's the Great Khali has lost his threatening. Like when Khali first showed up, he was threatening. Like he was booked as, you can't take him down. And to me, he no longer has that aura around him.
He really doesn't. They took that away like so hard.
Now, see, the thing that took me away from that was not when he had the kiss cam, not when he had the goofy sidekick guy. It's when they had him get eliminated by 3 members of the Nexus at the Royal Rumble. Once they had 3 guys do that, I was like, you can't book him as the tough guy anymore.
Yeah, he's lost his mystique. He can no longer crush basketballs with his bare hands.
I know that. Like, I remember when he did that the first time. I was like, "Holy fuck! Whoever's next is screwed." And now it's like, well, you can probably still.
Batista and Kane would try to simultaneously beat the shit out of them, and they would fail.
Yeah, I remember one of the biggest things where they had, like, one of the Royal Rumbles, they had both Big Show and him in the ring at the Rumble at the same time. They were trying to take each other out, and at one point it took like 10 to 15 of the contestants to throw them both out at the same time. And it's
Anyway,
like you watch. We're getting off topic.
We should move on. So, but maybe we won't want to when we find out the next match has Tensai in it. Shit. God damn it.
But he's facing Justin Gabriel, and I swear to God, Gabriel tried his damnedest, and he should have won this match.
Yeah, so we should mention this is another Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Yeah.
And one thing they're doing, I should mention briefly here, his his manservant. What's his name?
Uh,
Guy that throws the stuff on the ground.
Sakamoto.
Yeah.
What about Sakamoto?
Okay, our call is stalled here. We got to pause for a minute.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, yeah, okay. I think the call's fine.
Yeah, call's fine. Someone just dropped out. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, continuing on. It's they're keeping with the continuity of Tensai beats the shit out of Sakamoto a couple weeks ago, and it's like he's scared of him now. So he's like the abused housewife. TNA would not have done this kind of thing.
No, see, TNA would have done this and actually filmed the kids watching it.
Oh,
It's a domestic dispute, basically. That's what it is. It's like, I can't leave my husband. I still love him. I can change him.
so yeah, continuity is absolutely important when doing long-term storylines. Take a fucking hint, TNA.
Yeah, but this is a storyline not everyone's going to care about until Sakamoto, screws him over or something. I don't know.
So basically, Tensai ends up squashing Justin Gabriel. Big
I
there.
wouldn't say squash. Justin Gabriel tried his best. Yeah, he did a bunch of great moves. He actually was able to knock. It was actually an entertaining match for Justin. Like when Gabriel was on the doing his best, it was great to watch. But as soon as freaking Tensai, A-Train, Hip Hop Hippo, whoever you want to call him, Lord Albert,
Prince Albert.
got Prince Albert, whatever, did his stuff and then started yelling at Sakamoto. It's just like, it's these stupid qualifying matches. Like right now, like who's in the qualifying match? We got Tensai, Santino, Christian
Sandow, and wasn't there one more?
Tyson Kidd.
That's right. So
it's like
just need one more. So
I know, but I'm thinking like if you were gonna have Swagger job to anybody, couldn't you just give him Tensai and we could have had an excellent Justin Gabriel versus Tyson Kidd match.
Yeah, well,
and I know I'm just
heel in that case.
I know, but still, like that would have been an interesting, match to see that going on. And you'd see, Jack Swagger be like, "Oh, I'm all American. Here's someone from supposedly Japan, who we all never seen before and don't recognize."
Yeah, and who is completely white and obviously not from Japan.
But he does have a Fu Manchu mustache.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Anyway, let's get to our main event. We're going to take this one home. Alberto Del Rio versus Ziggler versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight title.
I had a funny thought when I was watching the Alberto Del Rio entrance. Is if Santino is still feuding with Del Rio and his announcer Ricardo, I would like to see Santino come out with a Ricardo puppet to introduce himself. That would just be so funny. Have also like music, just have like his hand sticking out from the entrance away.
Damn it, you're coming up with better ideas than WWE booking team.
Quick,
so it's a reasonably
good
job. It's a reasonably good triple threat match, and
although Dolph Ziggler did get beat up the most.
Yeah, I guess they're really trying to put him over as like the Ricky Morton.
Well, no, because it was just funny because I'm just watching what was it? Sheamus. I forget what movie it is, but he takes down Ziggler and then he goes for Del Rio. Del Rio runs around the ring, runs back in, and as soon as he runs back in, Dolph gets up and Sheamus just runs in and clothesline Dolph again. It's like,
yeah. So yeah. So
it was
it was good. good.
Yeah,
triple threat
it was definitely
match.
a good. It wasn't really nothing really stood out that was spectacular and crazy, but it definitely held your attention because it was definitely like we knew they weren't gonna get rid of the whole Sheamus title tonight, but there were points where it's like
No.
he could still lose it because especially
Yeah,
at
they
the end
kind
when,
of draw the suspense out a little bit.
yeah, they kept going for like damaging the show, like the main target for both Ziggler and Del Rio was definitely aiming for Sheamus's shoulder and arm because Del Rio has, of course, the submission. It's already weak. And they had what? Actually, there was that one move that I just remember that was so like freaking awesome. That was when when Del Rio kicked. When Sheamus went for I forgot what movie we went through for, but Del Rio got out of the way. Sheamus hits the turnbuckle, and Ziggler from outside of the ring does a drop kick to the shoulder.
So
And Sheamus got so much air and just like wow.
basically, Sheamus wins with the bro kick. There's some shenanigans with Ricardo,
Of course.
and so Ziggler takes the job in this particular match. But they're really trying to put him over as the good worker. So all too happy to do it.
And SmackDown ends.
Yeah, and that brings to a close And so we now have to play our. Actually, are we doing Money in the Bank predictions?
Is that this week?
I don't think so.
No, you're not doing predictions yet.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
We will need the props if somebody wants to post them.
No, the predictions are next week, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like for doing the credits at the end of the show, the shout outs and everything.
Don't we have to do HBK's fault?
Yeah, we're gonna do that first, but we need Backlash or somebody to post the props so I can read it out.
Wait, what?
All the giving credits to TRE Productions and all that.
Oh, yeah. Hang on
back
a second.
Okay. Anyway, it's now time to play everyone's favorite game. What is
Especially
HBK's
Canadians.
fault?
Especially
Yes,
Canadians.
since Sean is a hated figure up here in Canada. Okay, I'll just come right out and say it. The Montreal Screwjob is all HBK's fault.
I thought it had to be something with the show. Okay, fine. Tim Hortons not being in the U.S. is all HBK's fault.
Okay, something that actually was in the show. Okay, I'm gonna have to think of something. So you go.
Okay. Damn it! There was nothing really that stood out besides the only thing I can think of is AJ.
Okay, I got it.
There you go.
Saying no, you're not gonna run away on me.
I forgot about that.
It's like press the right shoulder button to escape battle. Nope, you can't do it. Yeah, we only
You tried to escape. It was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so let's give our props here. So don't forget to subscribe to us on Blip TV or YouTube to keep up to date with all our videos. You can also like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DarkMatch Wrestling. You can also follow us individually on Twitter as well. Don't forget to check out TRE Productions, where all our videos plus lots of other great stuff is hosted. We're also on Reviewtopia in the community section. And last but not least, visit us at That Guy with the Glasses in the blog section. I think that's going to about do it for Dark Match on this particular episode. It's been a Canadian edition, so we want to wish all our Canadian listeners a happy Canada Day and keep waving that red and white. And
hating Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and for the Dark Match, I'm DigiFox. I'm the fox that rocks your socks.
I am the official Dark Match janitor, Jim the Rabbit Cow, and I'll let you know when I think of something for what gets more for why it's all HBK's fault.
Okay.
Still can't think of anything.
And we're gonna end this episode by singing the national anthem. Oh Canada. Damn, I can't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm only half Canadian, so to me the Canadian national anthem is "I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay."
There we go. I think we can end the show now.
All right. See you guys next week.
Such a fucked up watch game.